Good afternoon and welcome back to Live at the Lamex, doing big match preview of Borough's big home game in League 2 against Carlisle United. Now, my name is Matt Farley, and joining us on the show today we have a very special, exciting guest. Now, this guest has played for a whole host of EFL sides, including Gillingham, Blackpool, Millwall and most recently our beloved Borough. He also won in the playoffs with Millwall going up to the Championship in 2017, and soon after joined Borough at the start of the 27-2018 season. He is also featured in the Borough team in the 2018-19 season as well. Since moving on from Borough, he joined Northampton Town for one season before rejoining Borough this year in January, and has been a huge part at the back in defence. A massive welcome to Borough number 28, Joe Martin. Joe, welcome onto the show.
Thank you.
It's great to have you on, mate. Now, first of all, before we get into it today, you're not involved today due to injury. When can we expect to see you back soon?
Well, I'm hoping recovery's gone quite well. So he was looking 3 to 6 weeks, but I'm way ahead of schedule at the minute. So hopefully start training next week, and then just try and get fit as quick as possible.
Try and get back into it, yeah. Now, obviously, rejoined Borough in January, coming into the second half of the season. It's great to have you back, first of all. How are you finding it back at Borough? Because you've spent a tenure before at the football club.
Yeah, I mean, I was really happy to come back. Just at the end of my time, the first time I was here, just started to click and win. We went on a nice little winning run. Nearly got into the playoffs that season. Ended up signing elsewhere, but the chance to come back, I jumped at it. Club, I like the club here. Yeah. Good setup here. So yeah, when it all fell into place, I was really happy. And
how welcome have the lads made you feel since coming back? Because there seems to be a really good bunch over there this season.
Yeah, I mean there's still a few lads who were here when I was here last time. So yeah, it's a good set of lads. Young. There's a little mixture now. A few more additions in January, so it's a good mix. So we've got ourselves out of trouble. So now we're looking up rather than down.
Yeah, I was just going to mention today marks 10 games left of the season, so we're into that final running part of the season now. How do you think we're going to finish? Because it's been a really good 2 months where we've kind of gone unbeaten and not conceded a goal for 6 games. Yeah. With 10 games left, how do you think we're going to do to the end of the season?
I mean, this position we're in now is a tricky one, because you don't want to get complacent and think, oh, we're safe. You want to keep striving and not let the season go to waste. So that's what the management are very, very been hot on this week. Working on turning them draws into wins. Yeah. And you never know, like this league's, we've said before, it's a bit of a crazy league, and you go on a little run and all of a sudden you're right up there. So it's still within reach. So we just have to keep striving and not get complacent.
Yeah, really good stuff. And lastly, today, really big game at home, back at home, which I'm pretty sure you boys are happy to say as well, against Carlisle United. What are you expecting from today? Because we're coming off the back of 2 0-0 draws away from home. We're back at the Lamex. Form at home has been really good recently. Last couple of wins have been at home. What are you expecting to see from the boys today?
I'm hoping to see like a real energetic, fresh performance. We had 6 weeks of Saturday, Tuesday. Yeah. You can see in some of them forms, although none of them forms were bad. I feel if we'd have had a little bit of a break or a bigger squad, we could have rotated and had a little bit of freshness. But now having that week's break, having the Monday off and having a good week's training, we'll see a bit of an energetic performance against a side who struggled away from home. Yeah. And we're comfortable here, so if we start well, it could be a good result today. Could be a good result.
Joe, really good stuff. And later on, hopefully we get some good questions to you and hopefully some Borough predictions, which is going to be fantastic. Cool. Now, this season, Terence Vancooten has been one of the stories of the season, in the heart of the Borough defence, cementing his place at the end of 2020. Alfie Dinsey was able to catch up with Terence Vancooten yesterday to discuss his rise up the ranks.
Terence Vancooten, thank you for joining us. Let's start with this season. You must be really enjoying your football at the moment and all the plaudits that are coming your way.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be playing at the moment. Just taking each game as it comes and just trying to perform my best every week.
Tell us about yours and your teammates' confidence, especially amongst the defence. With a league that has 16 clean sheets, including 6 in a row coming to Saturday's game.
Obviously 6 clean sheets in a row. I think we set a league record, I think it might have been. So yeah, that's always a bonus. The team spirit at the moment is really good. I'd say we're going into each game as confident as can be. We know that we've still got it in us to keep improving, keep getting better. So hopefully that comes Saturday.
Is this the best defensive unit you've ever played in so far?
Definitely, yeah, I'd say so. Playing alongside Scotty Cuthbert, Luke Prosser brings a lot of experience, so I've learnt a lot from them. Then obviously playing alongside Luther, I've always played alongside Luther, to be fair, so we've got a good bond on and off the pitch, so I think that always helps as well.
And how about the team in general? It was a slow start to the season, but since Christmas, since the January transfer window, it seems like they've kind of turned it around.
Yeah, I think we've brought in the right players that we've needed to just give us that little bit more edge in the midfield and just give us that bit more creativity going forwards. And then, I think literally been doing well since then.
What do you think the secret's been to that turn in form?
I think it's just more believing, like, rather than obviously people looking at us, obviously what happened last season, people were expecting the same thing to happen, so it's just the belief thing. Now all the boys have got that belief in them. I think we're flying at the moment.
And it hasn't always been easy for you at Stevenage. You're now into your 4th season, having made 85 appearances. You've had to be quite patient at times in your Stevenage career.
Yeah, obviously it hasn't been easy, but like I said, I've just been waiting for this opportunity now. This is my longest run of games, I think. It's like 22 games in a row now. So I've just been waiting for this moment my whole career, and just, like I said, just taking each game as it comes and just going along with it.
Like you said, is it now the belief now that you're here, you're finally ready to crack on, you feel like you've cemented your place in the starting 11?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we said, 6 clean sheets in a row. Like, I can only keep improving, keep getting better, just keep that record going, and just keep taking each game as it comes. Sorry.
And away from Stevenage, of course, you've made 11 appearances for Guyana now, with more to come. What have those experiences added to your game?
I'd say, like, the style of football out there is a bit different, so just a bit of versatility, just obviously learning different sides of each game, obviously here in England and out there. The different types of players, like players are normally a lot faster and quicker, so just working on body shape and starting positions and things like that's definitely helped here.
And obviously you're playing in the Gold Cup in America last year. Must have been one of your biggest highlights.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like, played in front of our first game against USA, it was in front of 22,000. Like, the stadium was bouncing, it was unbelievable. But hopefully in the future there's many more like that to come.
And obviously in that game against USA, you played against the likes of Christian Pulisic. What was it like coming up against a Premier League star?
I mean, at the time, he obviously hadn't gone to Chelsea, so I don't think the buzz around him was as big as obviously as it would have been now. But he's very sharp, to be fair, very sharp. And
finally, on to Saturday. You and the team must be feeling good about the opportunity to pick up another 3 points.
Yeah, I think obviously another 3 points, and obviously to bounce back from our performance at their place away earlier on in the season, it's just a bit of a revenge game, just stamp our mark. Obviously we're a complete different side now with the form that we're in, so it'll be good, it'll be a very good game.
Perfect, thank you.
Cheers.
Great to hear from TVC there. Now, Joe, you know TVC really well. When you joined the club, TVC was at the start of his career at Borough. How well has TVC come on, and have you noticed a massive difference from TVC?
I've noticed a big difference. I mean, in 18 months, it surprised me how much he has developed. He's, you won't mind me saying, probably the first time I was here, you can see he had potential, but he would have probably one good game and then he'd have a bad game, one good game and then a bad game, so he was really inconsistent. But I've noticed since I've been back in January, he's really developed, and his performance has been really consistent.
Yeah.
He has that like level of composure that you see at players with a high level. So you know, for himself, he can definitely play higher. But he needs to obviously concentrate on playing the rest of the games and staying in this side. Yeah,
I completely understand. Now we've got to quickly talk about as well. Obviously, with you playing at the back with TVC and that kind of back line at the minute, how good is it back there? Because we've kept 6 clean sheets and 6. I think a little stat came out the other day that we've kept the most clean sheets in England as a team in 2021. How good is it in that back line and being a part of that?
I mean, there's a few reasons why it's been so good. Obviously you got Mark Sampson does a lot of the defensive stuff, but also, and obviously boys in front do a lot of work. They they do a lot of work for you, and you've got a few experienced boys at the back, and defensively we've been really, really good. It's just obviously getting that transition from turning defence into attack, and with Dean Wilkins, that's developing as we go as well. So it looks good so far.
And I can imagine it's quite nice, isn't it, to now have a full week at training, because the schedule's just been 6-7 weeks of Saturday, Tuesday. Also, how difficult has that been over that course of the time that we've had? Because I can imagine it's been really difficult Saturday, Tuesday, all the way to the end of the season nearly.
Yeah, I mean, you find like the weeks go quicker because you've got so many games, and you kind of get used to it. But at the same time, your tempo in the games can drop a little bit. It's just you're doing 10k in a game, and you do Tuesday, it's accumulation. So yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how we are today, obviously with that week, and hopefully being re-energised. I'm expecting us to be sharp today. So,
and is that even more impressive than the fact that you've had to play Saturday, Tuesday, and you're not conceding any goals?
Yeah. I mean, and some of the boys have played pretty much all them games.
Yeah.
So it's a testament to the fitness as well, how they're being looked after at the training ground and stuff. So it's a difficult thing, to play at a good standard for Saturday, Tuesday. It's not easy. Yeah,
I can understand. Now, as you can see, the Borough players are out on the pitch warming up at the minute, so you know what that means. We're not long till kick-off. So to be able to watch Borough's big game in League 2 at home against Carlisle today, you need to get yourself an iFollow Match Pass. Now, season ticket holders, you gain free access. So all you need to do, log into your account, hit Matchday Live to get that front row seat. Non-season ticket holders, click the link in the description, go and pay £10 again, which is an absolute bargain to watch Borough in League 2. Go into your account, Matchday Live, and sit there and you'll get that front row seat for Borough this afternoon. Also, people that are watching currently on the YouTube platform of Live at the Lamex, make sure you put in your Borough predictions in the comments section. I'm going to be going through with Joe, later on, some Borough predictions. Also, get your questions in for Joe. I'm going to spend a few minutes with Joe at the end of the show to ask him a few questions, so make sure you get them in. Now, this season, we have seen some fantastic Borough goals over the course of the 21 campaign. We've seen 25 hard screens, last minute winners, and also slick counter-attacking goals. We're going to take a little look back at some of all of those fabulous goals over the campaign, and you get the chance to vote for your best goal by commenting in the comments section. Really good to see some of those fantastic goals through the course of the season. Once again, go and comment your favourite goal in the comment section over the course of the 2020/20 campaign. So Martin, we've got to ask, since you've joined, what's your pick of the bunch of those fabulous goals?
Well, obviously, Newt's trying to pretty decent strike. My pick of the bunch is going to be Osborne's.
At Crawley, yeah.
I was sitting right behind goal and it was 0-0 at the time. It was a bit of a big game.
Yeah.
And it just bent top corner. As soon as he left foot, it was in. So for me, that's probably my pick of the bunch so far.
And how difficult is that? Because that was with about, I think it was 8 minutes to go. Yeah. You're feeling tired. He picks up the ball and does it. How difficult is that to do that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously at the time we still needed the wins as well, like desperately. So. He literally has come out of nothing. You know, there wasn't too much either end, and he's just, as it's come inside, he's just hit it. I don't think he even thought about it. And it's literally, it's bent. It started outside the post and gone top bin. So it's a great strike, and it was much needed at the time.
It's got to be that one. Now, I've got to ask, which is your favourite goal of your career? Because I've seen you score a few free kicks. Time at Borough. I remember the Cheltenham goal, the Swindon free kick. I think I remember you scoring. What's your favourite of your career?
I mean, them 2 free kicks. I had a free kick at Millwall in a semi-final playoff, but also probably I had a goal for Bristol Rovers against Charlton. That was probably one of my in-play favourites. So yeah, I've been lucky enough to score a couple of free kicks, fluff them in.
Like a free kick specialist, you are, aren't you?
So yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's helpful. Nick a free kick here and there, so yeah, it's great.
I'll always remember your one at Cheltenham. I got that on video, that one as well, so I'm super proud when you scored that, Joe. Now we're going to take a quick look at some of your Borough predictions, and I'm then going to ask Joe his Borough prediction for the game today as well. So predictions, we have got a 2-0 Borough win, and this is from Nick White. That's a brilliant prediction, Nick, fantastic. We have got another Borough prediction from Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith has gone 1-0 and he said come on the Borough. Fantastic stuff, Daniel. We've also got a 2-0 Borough win prediction by Laura. That's another positive prediction from Laura. We've also got Josh Cooper, who's gone for a 1-0 Borough win. We've also got a 3-1 win from Grant, seems to be a common theme here. And we've also got a 2-0 Borough win from Ollie Webley. So there seems to be a common theme of 2-0, 1-0, seems to be really positive. Joe, what's your prediction today? Really interesting to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, obviously a lot of clean sheets there, so I'll probably go the same.
Okay.
And I feel like if we get an early goal, like we did at Forest Green, there's no reason why we can't get a few goals today. Yeah. So I'd go 3-0.
3-0.
I think it's there for us today against a side who struggle away from home. So get an early goal, it could be there for us.
Yeah. And can I ask you the goal scorers within that 3?
I'll go Listy. I'm getting Listy 2, and I'm going to go for like TVC or something like centre half or something. We ain't scored from many set pieces, so I'm hoping we'll get a set piece today as well.
You'll go for that. I love that. I'll back the 3-0 as well. I think we'll get that as well. Fantastic. Now, it's nearly been a year to the day where the football club started its very own coronavirus community care line in wake of the football suspension and the start of the pandemic. Now, over the course of the year, the football club has received some excellent plaudits for its ever-long hard work with the vulnerable and the lonely. Now, the football club was even recognised with a superb award, which was Best Company Award at the Pride of Stevenage Awards.
I'm Alex Tunbridge, I'm the Chief Executive of Stevenage Football Club, and back in March when our season was cancelled as a result of coronavirus, we recognised the need to step up as a club and be there to support our community.
I'm Joe Good, I'm the Chief Executive of Stevenage Football Club Foundation. The idea came from the chairman before lockdown even hit to set up a service to repurpose the staff of the football club and the foundation to provide support to the community.
Between the period of March and July, we formed a community care line and brought together supporters, volunteers, staff and players.
Which then saw us deliver a 4-pronged service to local residents, sandwiches, prescriptions, food bank collections and donations, and an errand service, as well as our friendly chat service.
We were there to answer calls and provide reassurance during these troubling times. In addition, we also worked with the Lister Hospital, delivering over 100 sandwiches every day for the staff from their AMU.
So we couldn't do any football throughout the lockdown period. There were no games, there were no sessions that we could run. So we put our services and our skills elsewhere.
I'm Scott Cuthbert, Stevenage club captain, and during lockdown, along with a few other players, we got involved with delivering sandwiches to the local community.
Absolutely, so we're here to support you. I ran a chat service where I received and made phone calls to vulnerable, lonely, isolated adults in the community who just needed some additional support. And I can potentially signpost you onto other services that might be available and just offer.
I remember speaking to someone who unfortunately was suffering from cancer. I remember speaking to him and the troubles that he was going through, and just the fact that you picked up the phone to talk to them and talk to them about football just took their mind off the worries probably that they feel every day.
Sometimes I'd speak with people that hadn't actually spoken to anybody else in that week, and they would say it was the complete highlight of their week, which is really, really powerful stuff, just to know that your phone call was having that effect on people.
My area was the community errand service, which largely looked after prescription collections for the elderly and vulnerable in the town. We had a big team of volunteers, which we couldn't have done this without, to go out there and collect the prescriptions before dropping them off round at people's houses.
We would get obviously given the sandwiches and given the addresses that we'd be going to that day. And I think that for us, our time was more spent, to be honest with you, talking to people at the doors and making sure that just a friendly face, really. I think that was really important.
Again, it hits home. You know, I think we're in a very fortunate position that I've got family around me. I've got loved ones around me all the time, but it's not until you get out into the community and you see, you know, the amount of vulnerable people and the amount of lonely people that just need that, whether it be a 5-minute conversation or whether it be just going to the closest letterbox to drop off their mail, and you can make such a massive impact on people's lives.
I think that the players really made a difference, and I think that, you know, when they took time and, you know, to come from their houses, I think they realised that it was really important for us as a football club to do that, because the community is everything to us.
It was an incredible experience to see the staff and the amazing volunteers that we had all come together to provide support to the town, and really just embedded that feeling that we've always had of being a community club. We're here for the town and we're here for the people of the town.
It's been a really difficult few months for everybody in the country, and particularly in the town, who've suffered from coronavirus. But it's been a real pleasure to be there on behalf of the club and put a smile on so many people's faces and make it just a little bit more bearable.
Thank you so much, Pride of Stevenage, for this award. We're incredibly grateful.
Thanks to everyone that voted for us for the Pride of Stevenage award. Up the Borough!
Great to hear from the football club there, and once again at the heart of the community. Now, we've only got about 6 to 7 minutes left of the live at Lamex, so you know what that is? It's time for questions for Joe Martin. Now, Joe, we have got quite a few questions, which is going to be quite nice to go through. Now, first question comes from Laura, and Laura's talking about this season's Borough team. Yeah. And Laura's asked, who's the loudest in camp?
Loudest? You know what? There's not really load of loud boys there. I'll say, obviously you've got like Scotty's like the voice, like the serious voice.
Yeah. Like the strict captain voice.
Yeah. Like when he needs to have a word, he'll have a word. Probably Romeo Hutton's got a bit to say.
Oh really? Romeo's got a bit, has he?
He's a bit chirpy.
A bit confident.
Yeah, I mean, who else? I would probably say Romeo's probably chirpiest.
Really?
Yeah,
would you say he's the Joker as well then?
He's a little bit of a Joker, yeah. I
like that answer. We've also got a question from the Broadhall Way, and the Broadhall Way has asked, hi Joe, what left back did you enjoy watching growing up, and what left back do you think is currently the best in the world? That's like a two question there.
Jeez, yeah.
That's a tough one.
Like when I was growing up, it was like Maldini, like that kind of era. So I'd probably say like obviously Roberto Carlos, a bit different. Probably I'd say all round Maldini.
Yeah.
And then this era, wow. I mean, there's a few good ones out there. I mean, Shaw's really improved over the last season or two. Off the top of my head, I can't really think.
Because I know you've got Chilwell as well. He plays left back, doesn't he? He's quite good. I think he's at Leicester.
And a lot of the fullbacks nowadays are so attacking. They're almost like wingers.
Yeah.
It's changed what it used to be, you know. So a lot of them are pretty much wingers. So yeah, I mean, there's loads out there, top level nowadays, but it's tough. It's tough to pick one.
It's tough to pick one.
Really tough, yeah.
I've got a quick question for you. I think we spoke about it just kind of off camera. What's it like playing at Wembley Stadium? Because you've played in a couple of playoff finals for Millwall, is that right?
Yeah.
And you know, as a footballer, I can imagine that's the dream to play at Wembley in whatever final. What's that like, and what was the experience like on those two occasions?
I mean, when you get there, it's obviously the size of the stadium's like, you know, it just seems ridiculous. But when you go back in, it's when you come out for the warm up and then it starts to fill up. That's when it really hits you, and the size of the occasion. And then coming out for the kick-off, like you've got the flames that like blow your face off, and it's lots of things that just make it a bit really surreal.
Yeah.
But it was something that obviously you never forget it. Yeah. It was a great experience. I'd love to be back there one day.
Yeah, you never know. Come with a run this season, might creep up there. Yeah.
It'd be great to go back there. But yeah, it's really something to have in the locker to say that you've done.
Yeah, really good answer. Now we've got a couple more questions, and this is again based on the team and what it's like behind closed doors. We've got a question from Louise and Linny May, and they've asked who's got the poorest dress sense in the team. That's a cruel one.
Yeah. Do you know what, this year though, you can't tell because where we're not allowed to get showered at the training ground and stuff, everyone comes in their kit.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so obviously this year it's helping out a lot of people. They ain't got to go and buy gear.
Were you worried, were you, Joe?
Well, I got a bit of stick last time. But
did you really?
I'd say my gear's not that bad, but I reckon this year there could have been a few, but a few boys are getting away with it this year.
I love that, and we've got just enough time for one more question, Joe. This is from Luke, and Luke has asked, what's your favourite Borough memory? Oh, it's a good question, that.
I would have to say I enjoyed the Mansfield game away when we was on that run and we had Ilias Chair scored that goal.
The 2-1.
Because it scuppered them, because we'd had a funny relation, it'd been a bit bitty, so that was quite a nice nice one. So probably say that game there.
Fantastic. Now, before we end off the show, we have got to talk about a certain video, and you know what this is, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, I was shown from the boys yesterday a video of the under-23s game, which Ronnie Henry was taking over, and there's a clip that all the watchers are going to see now of you jogging down, a little bank to get the ball, and you tripped. Can I ask a question? How was the trip?
Honestly, it's outrageous how they caught this on camera, but it tested out my hamstring anyway. That's all I got to say. I can't believe it's been caught.
Yeah, it was a brilliant video. And who were the boys up on the bank laughing? Because there seemed to be a few of them.
I was standing with Ronnie, one person you don't want there when you slip over, and Scotty. We were just watching the game, and the thing is, it was Ronnie's game.
Yeah.
And I've gone down to get the ball, so I regretted it instantly. Within 2 steps, I regretted it.
Oh, Joe, absolutely fantastic. Joe, thanks ever so much for coming on this afternoon before kick-off. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, no, it's been great. Yeah,
it's been really good to have you on. We wish you the best luck for the rest of the season. Hopefully, get back from the injury, get in there, and hopefully come and run a game. Thank you ever so much, Joe.
Brilliant, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you to all the watchers and listeners of our Live at the Lamex YouTube platform. We'll be back next Saturday for Borough's big home game in League 2 against Barrow. Once again, the players are coming out. Go and get your iFollow match pass. Make your way to iFollow on the StevenageFootballClub.com website to get in that front row seat of Borough's big game today. My name's been Matt Farley. You've been watching Live at the Lamex. And once again, come on the Borough.